remember I'm in the back seat with Alan Hawka.
So you know that was one of the cars around that bill?
Yes, to land this. Mr. Walter Gretzky. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm thrilled standing beside you.
Wow. Take two. I'll just go ahead and hinge me. Go on now.
They're craft twin 48-foot wooden schooners, the traditional kind.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Welcome to CNB Scene, the show that celebrates all the people, places, and things that make the four Atlantic provinces so very special. From Nova Scotia to New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island to Newfoundland and Labrador, we take you to where the action is. And that's why we're in Fredericton for the 3rd annual FROSTival. Woo, I gotta get me some skates.
We've arrived in New Brunswick's capital to take in the first of 4 jam-packed weekends of the region's best outdoor festivals, events, and indoor cultural experiences. From riding down hills, to skiing cross-country, to taking in the sweetest sounds, there's something for everyone in Fredericton during FROSTival. And over the course of the next 2 shows, we'll do our best to give you a glimpse into what's on the go amidst Fredericton snow. From fresh to frozen, fast-paced to fireside, from on tap to on stage, what's shaking, what's playing, and what's blowing up a storm. We'll even dole out some free stuff too, but before we do, let's hook up with our good friend in Fredericton, Stacey Russell. You might remember a couple summers ago it was Stacey who toured us around her fair city, so we're glad she'll be our guide again for another great adventure.
FROSTival, 3rd year. Stacey Russell, how much fun is this to put together?
Oh my gosh, we love it. Believe it or not, we actually plan it in the summer. We wait for the first heat wave and start talking about FROSTival.
Well, there's so many things. It's 4 weekends.
4 weekends, over 100 events taking place. It kicks off with Shivering Songs Festival, which would be, it's entering its 5th year, amazing music acts from around Atlantic Canada and into Ontario. But as well, too, we've got lots of other great events, including lots of community events.
Yeah.
The skating party that's taking place.
So much free, which I love.
So many free events. So, and they're not just for families. They'd also be for adults, kids. There's indoor, outdoor, because who are we kidding? We're in the Maritimes. The weather can change every 5 minutes.
Yes.
So we have to make sure that we've got lots of indoor and outdoor fun.
Fredericton is such a community. I mean, I've never seen anything like this fabric.
Really, that's what FROSTival is made up of. It's 100 events put on by the community. They're all separate events, and we all get together, believe it or not, like I said, starting in the summer, and everyone is run by different members of the community, and everyone takes pride in it and embraces it.
Indeed. Okay, you're going all year long. Have you come up with the name like the Festival City, or like, because this is like, how many festivals do you put on in a year?
How many festivals? There'd be an awful lot, but in terms of some main ones, there'd be at least half a dozen. And really, we've been playing with that idea. We really do see ourselves as a festival capital of the Maritimes, because with such festivals as Harvest Jazz and Blues celebrating their 25th anniversary this year, Fredericton pulls out all the stops, and it goes really once again back to community, because it's all these organizers and volunteers that put these massive festivals together.
Yeah, and you know, next year, Fredericton, the 4th annual Fredericton FROSTival. Huh?
Yes, for next year. Yeah.
I'll come back for that too.
See, now I said that thing about the 4th annual Fredericton FROSTival because I love alliteration. But truthfully, the 3rd annual Fredericton FROSTival sounds fantastic too. And so do all the fun things on our agenda. Beginning with our first stop at one of the most popular spots in town, Fredericton Boyce Farmers Market. For over 60 years, every Saturday from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., folks have been flocking to the market for healthy foods, one-of-a-kind creations, and friendly conversation. With more than 250 indoor and outdoor local suppliers from along the St. John River Heritage Corridor and across the province too, it's no wonder the Fredericton Boyce Farmers Market has been recognized as one of Canada's top 10 community markets. Just check out the cool people profiles on our site too, and you'll see this market is #1 with the locals. Now, truth be told, I went there with coffee on my mind, but they were serving up so much more.
You can't come to the Fredericton Farmers Market without seeing this guy, Mr. David Coburn. How are you today?
Good.
And
Excellent.
you've been here a long time.
I've been coming here 46 years.
Is that true?
Yes,
Now, what's
yeah.
it like, this Fredericton Market? Because everybody says, you gotta go, you gotta go.
This is, my father started bringing me when I was 9 years old. You learn math and people skills in here. There's not a calculator here. You got to do the math in your head. So when I've got 3 children, and they started when they were 9, and now I've got 2 sons coming back to my farm.
Nice.
They're actually the 7th generation on our farm, and so we alternate now Saturdays on who comes in.
Very good.
And you carry on. It's an incubator market. This year we
You're branching out, cran
we
apple.
come out with a cran apple.
Nice.
That was one of my son's projects, and he met a friend from college that had cranberries. So here we are doing it. So you can incubate a new product, try it out, and then we're going to look at taking it commercial next year. So
Nice.
that's the diversity. The other thing in here is you can talk to the people who produce the product.
Right.
And that's what the key of any farmer's market.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I'm excited because I've got my cider and I'm taking in all the FROSTival events.
Yes.
Cheers to David Coburn. Well, I normally have coffee, Dave, but this cider's unbelievable.
This is great cider, and the Coburn family has been selling it at the Fredericton market since I think the 1800s. So
Yeah,
they're a part of this market.
Indeed, and so is Dave Seabrook. Now, you're a Fredericton tourism guy, but you're also like / market fanatical. Is that
I am.
right?
I've been coming here since I was like 4 or 5 years old. This is my home ground. This is where I meet people. I actually do more business here probably on a Saturday, just meeting all the emails I didn't get to on a Friday. I meet everybody here. This is like, in Latin America they have a Zocalo or a town plaza. This is my town plaza. This is where I meet everybody and renew old friendships, and it's great.
Indeed, and you know what I love about it is there's, you say there's something for everybody, but there really are artisans and farmers, and just take us through some of the wonderful things that are here.
Yeah, I mean, this is really a cross-section of Fredericton society. We've got, lots of great farmers doing produce and veggie pâtés from the Villeneuve farm, and we've got cider, and we've got people making dog cookies, and people making mittens, and all sorts of things. And then we've got ethnic cooking like samosas. Samosas are famous in Fredericton.
I heard.
Right.
Well, I mean, we passed, and there's an outside. We're inside now, and as you can see through this, look at all the people outside. It's fantastic, and it goes all year long, Dave.
It is. It's a year-round, and one of the lovely things about the market is we have indoor vendors and outdoor vendors, so there's a seasonality to it. It changes with the seasons. So, before Christmas, obviously we have Christmas trees and wreaths, and there's a wonderful scent of spruce in the air, right?
Nice.
And then in the spring and then summer, we start to see all the vegetables and herbs, and then at harvest season, you see all the vegetables come up. So it's just, there's a real seasonality to it, and you can reflect your life through the seasons in this market.
Very good. Well, we talk about reflecting your life. Now, just take me back, because you were how old when you first came here?
Well, I don't know exactly because it's beyond my memory, but I'm thinking probably 3 or 4 years old I started coming to the market.
Wow.
And, this was always the place. I remember seeing Richard Hatfield, the former premier, was always here on a Saturday. Politicians have always found this as a great place to do a little political business.
Yeah.
And there were always, in my memory, there were always puppies and rabbits and cats in boxes. And that's, what used to attract me as a child.
Right.
Of course, that's not here anymore. But,
No.
that was the way that people used to come and sell puppies and cats. And it was part of the market experience in the old days.
Well, you talk about Fredericton. It's the capital. It's a big city, but there's a really small town feel here at this market.
Yeah, and people know each other, and I think that's the beauty of the market. I have relationships that I built over 20 and 30 years here, where people address me by name, and that's the beauty of a farmer's market. You know the person producing the product. If they're an artisan, they try something new, and they're anxious to talk about it and have you experience it. So that's a beautiful part of the market. These human relationships. It's a human scale experience.
Indeed. All right, and the cider. I mean, let's just cheers to Fredericton Farmers Market. Thank you.
Welcome.
And a little more shopping to top off my farmer's market experience. I love my new lid from Eclectic Collection. Still ahead on CNBC, we'll celebrate a happy first birthday, feel the heat at Science East, and coming up after the break, we'll get the ultimate inside scoop on how to throw a Frisbee. For now, it's back to Officer Square for a great to skate tune from the Alex Bailey Swing Band.
I'll be getting it soon. I'll be getting my sugar. Need that old sugar moon. I can circled around. They were all to bound. When it shook a moon time, long around about June, I'll be getting my sugar. That old sugar moon.
Welcome to Frisbee 101 with superstars of Frisbee, Frisbee expert Donnie McPhee and Lucy Lavoie, to explain to you how to throw the Frisbee. Donnie, take it away.
Great. Lucy, you want to head down there and I'll throw you the disc? There are 3 basic throws in Ultimate Frisbee. The first is a backhand. To throw a backhand, I'm going to put my fingers under the rim of the disc, my thumb on top. When I make the throw, I step to the side and release, just like this. Okay. The second basic throw is called a forehand. And in a forehand, I'm going to hold the disc upside down, put my 2 fingers inside the disc, my thumb on the outside. It's all in the wrist. When I throw, I'm going to step to the side, fingers pointing to my target. I step to the side and snap the disc. The third throw is called a hammer. It's the same basic grip. Again, fingers pointing down, thumb on the outside rim. When I throw it, I'm going to step back, throw over the top. And those are the 3 basic throws you need to play Ultimate Frisbee.
And now you know how to throw a Frisbee thanks to superstar of Frisbees, Donnie McPhee and Lucy Lavoie. You guys did a great job. Really good.
Superstar, you heard it, you heard it.
Such great sports. Huge thanks to Donnie and Lucy of Fredericton's Team Spawn for the tips. And in case you're wondering what Frisbee has to do with FROSTival, well, it just so happens the annual Fruit Bowl is happening this first weekend here at the Nashwakas Indoor Fieldhouse. And truly great mixed ultimate Frisbee clubs are competing. It's such a cool sport, too. You know, it's the spirit of the game that sets Ultimate apart from other competitive team sports. For over 30 years, Ultimate has been growing in popularity, and now it's reaching highly competitive levels without the use of referees. Seriously, no refs. Ultimate players are free to demonstrate the most honorable and the most joyous sides of human nature in sport. So cool. For a club near you in Atlantic Canada, check out these sites. To be sure, it's sports galore over these 4 weekends. If you're looking for more tournaments, you'll find tennis and curling too. And of course, with it being FROSTival, you know there's plenty of active fun to be had outside as well. Everything from snowmobile drag races to moonlight snowshoe scavenger hunts. Something for all ages and skill levels. You can get in on the action or cheer on your favorites. Be sure to visit frostival.ca for a complete list of all the amazing activities and events. Everywhere you go in the capital city, you can see signs of FROSTival. Literally. Beautiful banners and great big boards with the awesome schedule of events. Lots of workshops, movie nights, and ooh, let's check out what's happening at Science East.
We're with Michael Edwards at Science East. What gives? What goes on here?
Well, we're the only hands-on science center in New Brunswick, and we have more than 100 exhibits that you play with and learn about science. So there's all kinds of fun things to do. You can learn about physics and biology and chemistry, plus we do all kinds of cool experiments when people come to visit too.
But in a fun way.
But in a fun way.
And mostly kids, is that true?
Yeah, but we also do things with adults as well. It's suitable for all the family as well. You can leave the kids at home if you want to.
Oh, very good. All right, and now we're going to do an experiment. What's this all about? Should I have safety goggles? I'll just move out of the way.
Yeah, it's best to stay out of the way. What we're going to do is we're going to make a jet engine using a pop bottle and a chemical that burns really fast to make sure we know how big the fire is going to get.
I'm going to stand over there.
So I'm putting in, this is pure alcohol. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to evaporate it off inside the bottle because it doesn't burn well when it's a liquid. It burns better when it's a gas. So I'm going to fill this bottle up with gas, which is not that exciting to look at because you can't see anything. But I'm just going to make sure that we've got enough gas inside there. And then once we do, I'm going to ignite it. And hopefully it's going to go flying across the table super fast, leaving a line of flame behind. You can normally feel the gas kind of push out past your hand because gas takes up a lot more space than liquid. So that means you should fill the bottle completely. And the oxygen it uses for the fire is actually outside. Inside here, there's too much fuel and not enough oxygen, so it's kind of like flooding the engine of the car. There's not enough oxygen to make it burn, which is good because we don't want the bottle to melt. I'm going to put this right down here and we should get ignition.
Get inside right now. Hold on.
Where do they go?
It's coming from above, and it will tell you the speed of the wind behind you. If you look at the wind's going to get... If you look behind you...
Oh my God! Looking for a little heat at FROSTival. We found hot stuff here and hot stuff here. What's the deal with this now? Be honest. Who thought of this crazy idea?
Well, when we were thinking of heat, we thought of fire, which is obvious when you work in the science center because we like setting fire to things.
Right.
But we also thought about hot food as well, which brought us to spicy food and hot sauces. So we
Right.
wanted to get some hot sauces. So we got in touch with Maritime Madness over on PEI.
Right, Emil, he's crazy.
Yeah.
They're hot. Now, what do you got here? This is serious business.
Yeah, we got a mix of things, starting at one of the lower ones. It's measured using the Scoville scale. And the Scoville scale is a kind of weird scale because the way it's measured, it was done like years and years ago. And it's all about how much you have to dilute it, how many times you have to dilute it in water so you can't taste the hotness anymore.
Okay.
And they do it a bit more scientifically now and using machines and so on. But it's stuck around anyway, named after
That's a
Scoville.
lot.
Yeah, that one, that's kind of up at the higher limits of hot sauces, which is probably about 500,000 Scoville units.
Crazy. Now, you've tried all these because you wouldn't
Yes.
unleash this on the public. What should I try? And I'm a rookie now.
Well, we've got them going up the way, so you can start at the lower ones and work your way up until you get your level of comfort or discomfort, I suppose.
I'm very busy. Just let's cut to the chase. Where should I go?
100,000.
There's so much going on at FROSTival. Isn't this great?
It is. It keeps us
I
all
mean-
busy, that's for sure.
But you're open all year round.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
This is a special night for us, so we'll get some of this
Now
stuff
this
in there.
is just 100,000 Scoville. That's nothing. Hey.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Now, does it matter what kind of cracker? Do you
Well,
have some sort of cracker endorsement? for
We'll
this?
find out, won't
Okay,
we?
very good.
Good luck.
Is there a beer chaser or something?
No, milk.
pickaroos?
Milk is what you actually
Milk.
need, and we do have milk in an emergency, but it's in the kitchen, which is a distance away. So, how's that?
It's a plot to make me stop talking. Holy Mary, where's the milk?
We can get you some. It's okay. Have another cracker. That'll help as well.
Fortunately for us, you can find plenty of fantastic and far less spicy fare on the FROSTival menu. You can enroll in a culinary workshop, head off to a cupcake camp, or take an NB beer tour, or treat yourself and dine around Freddy. You can experience 3 courses of Fredericton's finest cuisine for just $29. For all the yummy details, visit dinearoundfredricton.ca. FROSTival also embraces the historical side of Fredericton. Steeped in history, the city has so many stories to share, and it'd be a crime to leave Science East without mentioning that building story. It was indeed the York County Jail, completed back in 1842. It was built with huge granite blocks which were quarried near Hampstead and then transported up the river by boat. The outside walls are 40 inches thick. That's like a meter. The stone interior partitions are 20 inches thick or 50 centimeters. Wow. The basement was originally the home of the jailer, and it had a great fireplace and bake oven since the jail was a bread and water prison. Yes, indeed, the bread for the prisoners was baked there. The building was lit by candles, and the only heat came from the basement fireplace. Science East has been successful in preserving the original features of the building, and the cells with the heavy barred doors, well, they now house interactive exhibits and jail artifacts. And as for the prison courtyard, well, that's enjoyed the loveliest makeover of all. It's now a science playground. How cool is that? We'll have more on Fredericton's historical side in part 2 of our FROSTival special, but now a chat with a fella who's looking to make a little history with his spirited cider. Soon to be celebrating its first birthday, Red Rover is the toast of the town.
We're here to celebrate an anniversary. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Clausen. How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm excited because this is new to me, but you've been going strong for a year now with this Red Rover Brewing. Now, what's this all about?
So, we make craft cider from New Brunswick apples, and the fun thing is that it's 100% juice, so it's actually really good for you in a sense. And we make multiple different styles, but we started on the 13th of February, and we're about to celebrate our first anniversary.
Nice. I love it. Okay, now let's just back it up a little because your background, not a cider guy. What's your story there?
So my story is I came here to design replacement hens.
Hands now. We're talking, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And when that contract came to an end, I turned to drink in a big way.
I love you, Adam. Adam, a kindred spirit from Leeds, England. Is that right?
Leeds, England.
Very good. Okay. Now, this cider, you didn't just put it out there, which I love. You knew you had an audience, which is cool.
Yeah. So we actually spent 3 years doing closed taste testings, and we created a supporters group, and they had to be proud to be a North Cider or a South Cider, which is a Fredericton thing.
Right, which I learned. And that's the side of the river. But I like your play on words there we see on the T-shirts. Very cool.
Yeah. And we spent all that time making ciders that everyone would like.
Right.
And when we released, we already had people who were excited to get it in their flagons.
Indeed. Okay. Now, and flagons. And I'm glad you said that because I've never heard that word before. But what's that all about?
So we do a refillable bottle. And the refillable bottle is the same as a growler would be for beer.
Okay.
But a growler is specifically 1.89 liters and beer. And it was coined in Australia in the 1920s.
Okay.
So we had to find a name for a cider in a refillable bottle.
Did you make it up?
Nope. It's actually a really old word.
Okay.
And it's a vessel, and predominantly a vessel of fruit-based product. And it's ambiguous in size.
Okay.
So it meant that we can actually have jug flagons, and we can have all different things.
I love all your names for stuff. You just must sit back and go, now, what will we call this? It's awesome.
Yep. We have a lot of fun with it.
Okay. Now, we're going to try something here. What are we looking at?
So we're going to give you a sample of our full cider.
Okay.
That's a cinnamon on the nose, clove and allspice on the mouth. At the end of the glass, it builds up to a savory apple pie.
Whoa! This is just like wine tasting or beer tasting. I mean, it's just as sophisticated, yes?
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Glug, glug, glug. Okay. Oh, hello. And there's like a little bit of a fizz to it.
Just a little bit. We put a little bit because we think the nose is as important as the mouth.
Now, I probably gulped that and you're like, oh my gosh, what a heathen, what a hooligan that you've let in. But it is an apple pie at the end, and it's not as sweet as I'd imagined.
No, so we do English styles, so they're dry and semi-dry, and we do low carbonation, which is another English style attribute. And the nice thing about it is it's really refreshing, but you don't have any sugariness or high carbonic sort of aspects.
I love it. Okay, grab yourself a glass because I want to toast to Red Rover. This is extraordinary stuff in Fredericton, new business. You got to love that, and not a bad spot to live.
Nope, I love this place.
Yeah. Very good. All right, now what are you having?
I'm having a bit of fall as well.
All right, very good. Cheers to Red Rover. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Let's continue the celebration now with a little TV free stuff. Up for grabs, a very cool Red Rover Brewing Company t-shirt, decked out in their signature colors, and it could be yours if you can tell us what's the main fruit ingredient used to make Red Rover products. It's easy, because I want you to win. Once you know it, hit the website at cnbc.com, click on the TV Free Stuff button, and submit your answer. Good luck to ya, and we'll be right back with more from Fredericton's 3rd annual FROSTival. Welcome back to CNBC. We're taking in FROSTival in Fredericton, and I want to take a moment to tell you about one of the city's finest daughters, Misha Brugger-Gosman. Just off the road after celebrating the release of Christmas, the superstar soprano will turn her attentions to celebrating Black History Month with the world premiere of Songs of Freedom. On February 2nd, Vision TV will host a new 90-minute special featuring Misha, and then every Friday in February that follows, Vision TV will also broadcast the premieres of 30-minute Songs of Freedom episodes featuring additional footage from Misha's performances. In Songs of Freedom, Misha performs for the first time an intensely powerful and spiritual collection of 18 freedom songs. Songs that emerged from Africa via the slave trade to America, then to Canada via the United Empire Loyalist migration and the Underground Railroad. Misha explores the role music played in Black history and discovers her own roots along the way. You can watch as she embarks on a life-changing odyssey to meet her ancestors in Cameroon, Africa. Powerful stuff for sure. Visit songsoffreedom.ca for more information on the shows and to see some amazing 360-degree videos, learn about their apps, and so much more. And don't forget, tune in to Vision TV on February the 2nd. And I hope you'll join us for part 2 of our Fredericton FROSTival adventure. We'll get tuned up and take in the musical side of FROSTival. From shivering songs to fireside tunes. We've got a sweet song from Cedric Noel. And a special one-on-one with the amazing Amelia Curran. Plus, we'll mix up a very popular Fredericton cocktail and get a history lesson to boot. Free stuff too, and so much more. Now you can watch this show and all the other great Community One programming anytime you want. Simply click the on-demand button on your Bell Alliant Fiber Up TV remote and follow the steps on your screen. And by all means, please visit cnbc.com, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the 4 Atlantic provinces so very special 24/7. I'm Stephanie Beaumont. Thanks for watching CNBC TV, and we'll see you next time.